Okay, hi guys. Sorry for this video is coming so late. I've just been very busy and it has not been easy to sit down and say I'm recording this video because I could have preferred it on a live stream where everybody can watch it live as the train is going because it will be more interactive. But what can we do? The network, the internet facility generally is bad because as at that day some people can not even see the short ones that came live. Some people were even unable to log into the webinar platform, so I had to devise another means to make sure I pass this message. And in any way, I believe we will be able to learn one or two things as well. And after this video session on the group chat, let us talk. You can ask a series of questions, then I will be able to answer you. And anyone that needs me to record a short video to make it clearer also, I'll make sure I do that. So export generally is if you look at the current situation of the nation, think if you are an exporter, if you can find your ground, if you can get it right, if you can start on the right foot, you will not regret it. So I want us to be attentive, let our mind be open, and if you have any question, you can easily note it down and let us chat it up on the group. So let's start. Okay. I believe we all know by now that Nigeria is a country that is very blessed beyond the oil wells. But the problem, the worst thing that has happened in this country is the oil boom, because this made us to abandon our area of comparative advantage, which is agriculture. And as a result of this, we have failed to do the necessary things. If you look at some of the countries of the world that are growing, that their growth is not stunted, that they achieve one thing or the other, and you see that their agricultural sector is well in place. So, and that is why you see a China guy, an Asian guy, or anybody from other part of the country of the world, they will come into Nigeria with just ordinary briefcase, and before you know it, some few years down the line, they are already making waves. They are already sending back the money they are making here to their country. And the funny thing is, we now have to do the work. We do the hard work. We get payback with peanuts. In fact, we are so gullible to the extent that we even fail to even take the bold step to start whatsoever we want to start. Instead of starting and growing along the line, we prefer to be paid that peanut. We prefer to work with that kura. We prefer to work in a situation where at least as long as I'm able to feed my family, no problem. But I'll tell you is if you have made the decision to go into export today, fine. It's not something that you can just jump in, because you have to make sure you learn the rope. You have to make sure that you know all you need to know before you jump into it. Otherwise, you might burn your hands a lot of time, because most of the things I will be sharing with you, either through this video or through our chat, there are those things that has happened to me while working on the field. So I will quickly continue by sharing my reason why for going into export. If you don't have a good reason doing whatever you're doing, you might find it challenging to continue when the challenge, when the problems, when the obstacles on the field shows up. But because I had a very strong reason, I was able to keep moving, and that is what has taken me to where I am today. Fine, I've not gotten to that peak. I've not gotten to that place I'm aiming for. But I know and I tell you that in a gradual process, on a step by step, I'm getting there gradually. Now, I basically started export because I want to promote this country agricultural materials. I tell you, our raw materials are well needed outside there. Our raw materials, in fact, the funny thing is, most of the things we imported into this country, most of them, the raw materials are gotten from this place, exported out, and then we import it back. Even the crude oil that we're talking about. Oftentimes we export, I mean, the fossil fuel we're talking about. Oftentimes, oftentimes we export the crude, then we buy it back. That's how funny it is. So, and also one of the things that actually make me to prefer export than any other business that and one of the things that make me to prefer export and agricultural related business is because the it is very much viable. And if you look at the importation angle, they have made this country a dumping ground. Even so, you see some people they import all sorts of rubbish. Even while, for instance, when they are buying car from, say, from US now, what they do is they stock the car with all load of trash from that place. Then they bring it in instead of promoting what we have to develop this country. Instead of promoting what we have to make this country a better place, rather we make it a dumping ground. So while starting out, I made up my mind that instead of going into import, I would rather export and promote what we have. That's one of my strong reasons. And I tell you, if you are starting out, you must be able to give yourself a reason beyond the money. If you don't do that, if you're all you're doing is if you're doing it all because of the money you want to make, if you're doing it all because dollar has risen, if you're doing it because dollar is going up on a constant basis, then you will be disappointed. You might be disappointed because it is not a small work. And I tell you, you can't be saying you want to be an exporter and you just sit in your office not going out there on the field. Fine, you can put up a system that do all the work for you, but before you even come up with a structure that can sustain that business, you must be involved. If even if you are not involved, you get a lot of all sort of rubbish. Because I tell you, the people out there, let's say for instance now the locals that you want to buy your raw material, I believe you don't really have a farmland of any agricultural produce that you have a big or large quantity. Right? Yeah, I believe so much that as you are starting out, you will go to the farmer in the village there, in the hinterland, to buy the raw material. Then you send directly to the exporter, I mean to the importer from whichever country they are buying from. That is, you are going to be standing like a middleman. You will be acting like a middleman. You are an intermediary between the local farmer that doesn't know how to get his or her product out there, outside Nigeria, and that foreign guy that needs our raw material. Now, if you just sit back in Lagos, sit back in wherever you are without getting out there, you will be swindled. You will waste a lot of your money. Now, before I continue, I quickly want to share my experience when in my first deal ever. Fine, a lot of you has read that story from Nairaland, it's intriguing, it's interesting, but it is not all that interesting. Why? Because uh, on my first trade, I made just 8,000 naira. That is how funny it is. I made just 8,000 naira. I was actually running a business center, and due to my exposure to typing documents, I see a lot of things. Now, comes this year, some of my clients, some of my customers came to my office and brought a pro forma invoice. Look at it, it was charcoal, and by the time I look at the balance, it was all in dollars and thousands of dollars. I say, wow, charcoal dollars, how come? Then they just keep me, didn't say anything. The second time, and by the time I will be seeing them, I said that this guy, this stuff is constant. I had to talk to the guy, hey guy, what is happening? Because I already built a relationship with them. Then they hinted me one way or the other, told me where to register, told me how to follow. They gave me some few information, and anytime I have inquiry, they guide me. Now, eventually, I got the first client. Getting the first client, never have a registered company. Then I had to look for who to work with. I look for who to work with. And after getting that, I had a name, as in, some of the guys that put me through. I used the name of their company to push that deal. After signing the contract, then they were, because they were using, we were supposed to use a banking instrument called letter of credit. Now I look for somebody that can fund the LC even if it comes in, and immediately we got that. We instructed the guy to pay him money. He was finding it challenging to send the money. Then the guy that we were supposed to work with here, that was supposed to fund the contract to receive the LC, the guy also had an issue. Then it becomes a big problem. Now I have a short philosophy that I tell people: create the problem, then solution will come. If you don't create the problem, you can't look for solution. And that is what I did in my case. I was actually creating the problem when I was looking for contracts, while I was doing all I need to do to make sure I get to do, even when I know I don't have the money. So a lot of you might be thinking, each container, at least an average container, costs you not less than 850 to 900,000 if it is charcoal. Say, me, I don't have the money. But I tell you, start first. Even if you got that contract and you are unable to fulfill it, you will get an experience. It will expose you to how you can move. I got to learn a lot about some of the products I'm dealing with. Why? Because I posted them. When I have inquiry, I don't have choice to make findings. And when I have findings, I learn. Now, before I deviate from that angle, when the client found it difficult to send LC, and the person that was even supposed to receive the LC to fund had issues, the clients offered that, what if I paid you an upfront? As a Nigerian, I jumped at it. But also as a Nigerian, if it were to be some of us, what we do is, after the guy sent the money, we will hit it. That means we have just eaten our future. Because if I had done that the other time, I might not have this experience I'm sharing with you. I might not have even gone this far at all, because I might not get any other clients, because that might just be God testing me. And even if it is not God testing me, there is a saying that says what goes around comes around. I could remember, after getting the deal, after getting the upfront, okay, I would like to show you, before I continue, I would like to show you the copy of the SWIFT of the first money the guy transferred. Then I will move forward from there. Now, this is the SWIFT copy. Travelex. It might not be that very clear, but I will try. If you can see, it is from Poland, Fumiran Plus. Camille is the name of the client. And if you look at it very well, you see all the transactions, beneficiary, that place I circled is the money that was sent first, $2,530, and that was the upfront I got from the client. Then I will stop this one here, because this software I'm using can't take more than just 15 minutes. So after, I'll continue from here later. Thank you guys.